Hey guys, it's Christina from Cardinal Rose Creations, and today I'm here to show you how I strip my cups. So the first cup I'm going to strip is this one. It says number 1 Boss Lady on one side and Deanna on the other with just Walmart blue glitter. This was one of the ones that I did whenever I first started. So my mother had ordered this to give to her boss as a Christmas gift, and their policy is that they're not allowed to accept Christmas gifts from their employees. So she gave it back to me and told me to strip it and do whatever I wanted to with it. So I'm going to make a flag cup out of it. But first I have to strip it, right? So I've laid out a piece of tin foil. This is non-stick tin foil, but it doesn't have to be. I would actually suggest you just get your tin foil from the Dollar Tree because non-stick is super expensive. Don't waste it on this. But for this purpose, I don't have any other ones, so this is what we're using. So for this cup, I only need 1 sheet. For a 30 ounce, you would need 2 sheets. So 1 here and 1 stacked right here to make it long enough for that cup. It should be wide enough if you pull it out long enough. So now that we have this laid down, I'm just going to grab some paper towel, like 2 little sheets of it, and I'm going to lay it here. I just need to make sure that it's going to wrap all the way around my cup. So that way does not, so does this way. Okay, so this way wraps all the way around my cup, so this is how I'm going to do it. You just have to check and see like what works. Because you're going to have this pulled up, the bottom should get done too. It'll be fine, I promise. Now, this works best in a spray bottle. But I don't have my spray bottle handy, but I do have some 100% acetone. You can get this from the Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, Walmart. You can get it by the gallon if you're having to strip a lot of cups, like when you first start. I don't strip that many cups. I can usually salvage them and give them away, or salvage them and sell them cheaper. But if you are just starting and you don't want to give your cups away, that's fine. Get it by the gallon at any auto supply store or a paint store. I think you can even get it by the gallon at Walmart in like the paint section. That way it's cheaper that way than to buy these little bottles, because this is like $1.50 at the Dollar General, and I should have went to the Dollar Tree. So what I'm doing is I'm just pouring this on, and if you have a spray bottle, you can spray it a lot more evenly instead of worrying about spilling too much of it. And it's going to kind of roll out anyway. You just want to make sure it's all wet. Like soupy wet is what we want here, because that's what's going to strip your cup. So I'm going to lay my cup right in the dead center of this paper towel. And the way that I like to do it is I like to pull up my paper towel first, because I can see where my paper towel is and where my cup is and where everything's landing, and I can make sure that everything is covered. If you pull up with the tin foil first, sometimes you can't see, and sometimes it might not be covered. So once I do that, then, and I've got a lot of like soup going on here underneath my paper towel, because my paper towel is super wet, is I'm going to wrap this around. And I'm trying not to get it on my counter, but if I do, I've got paper towels handy. And then let's see if I can soak some of that back the other direction. Well, no, I still got it on my counter. So I'm just going to put a little thing there to soak up some of that that's fallen out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it up nice and tight. And then I'm going to wrap this kind of inside so that none of that comes out that way. And then the bottom, I'm just going to kind of fold it up so that none of that can get released. So let me wipe this off, because it's covered on the bottom, because I got it all over my counter, and I always do. But it's okay. My counters are just like fake Formica anyways, so it's not really that huge of a deal. If you have a counter that's you're scared to get this stuff on, definitely put a cookie sheet or something underneath. So I'm just going to dry this off just to make sure that I'm not leaking anywhere. If I'm leaking, anywhere, then I need more tin foil, because you don't want it to leak, obviously. If it leaks, you're going to lose all your stuff. So now I've got this all tucked in. This keeps it nice and sealed. So that's the one end. I have it nice and tucked in so that it keeps all the air out and all of the liquid in. And then on this side, I have it all folded up. So when I put this, lay it down seam side up, this is nice and folded. So now what I would do with this cup, now that I've wrapped it, and you can see I have one wrapped here, is I would just lay it on my cookie sheet, just in case it does leak any at all. It's going to be on a cookie sheet and not wherever you've sat it. But sit it seam side up so that it isn't going to leak. If you sit it seam side down, it's definitely going to leak, and all of your stripping power, your acetone, is going to come straight out of your tin foil, and then you're going to open it up and it's not going to have stripped it. It might strip it in some spots, but some spots is not going to strip because you've lost all of your acetone. So what you want to do is store it seam side up so that it will effectively take all of your stuff off for you. Now, sometimes if it's multiple layers of stuff, it's not going to take it all off in one time. You'll have to strip what you can and get the other one off. This is not an easy method. This isn't just the lazy method, for sure, because a lot of times if you're prepping your cup correctly, you're going to have a lot of junk that doesn't come off, either glitter, paint, whatever. I just scrape and peel as much of it off as I can get off without killing my fingernails, and then I will wrap it back up and let it sit for a couple of hours, and then I will strip it again, or I will scrub it off again. So this time, you're going to leave this on for 24 hours. So in 24 hours, I will take this off. I will slough all of this junk off. And then if it needs it again, then I will go back and I will wrap them back up and let them sit for about 4 to 5 hours. And then I will open it back up and see how it looks from there. So this is part 1. There will be a part 2. Where I will video me sloughing all this junk off of this cup. So keep a lookout for part 2. I will be doing part 2 tomorrow, and I will try to get it uploaded tomorrow as well. So just keep a lookout for that, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like my videos.